Everyone's talking about Misty May and Holly Mcpeak. In less than 9 months, they have come out of nowhere to become a top contender for a U.S. Olympic team berth. How good are they? Judge for yourself today as May Mcpeak go for their first ever BVA title. Let's introduce you to the players individually. We'll start with Holly Mcpeak, 5'7", born in Hollywood, California. She's in her 13th season out of UCLA, 50 career wins, a 1996 Olympian. Her partner, 5'10", in her second season, 22 years old, Misty May, the NCAA Player of the Year at Long Beach State twice in 1997 and 98, led the 49ers to an undefeated season. Misty May. On the other side of the net, we start with Lisa Arce. She's 5'11". She's in her 9th year. She's 30 years old, born in Manhattan Beach, a graduate of Cal Berkeley, one of the top women's volleyball players in the world. Her partner is one of the greatest defensive players America has ever had. In her 11th year, she's 5'6", 34 years old, born in Manhattan Beach, California, Barbara Fontana. She's won 15 times on tour. Arce Fontana, a formidable team. Great matchup. The newest team on the beach, Mcpeak and May, going up against Arce and Fontana. Arce Fontana received the first serve, and Fontana is dug. Slap shot, and it's a score. So May and Mcpeak get a point.
And already you're seeing the confidence and the aggressive nature that Holly and Misty play with, and it's unusual because this is a team that usually goes for the gusto early. Hard to believe that Holly Mcpeak is float serving to start this match.
Expect Mcpeak and Fontana to get the majority of the serves for both teams. Once again, back on Fontana. And Fontana taps it out of the reach. So a side out. In BVA beach volleyball, you need to serve to score a point. There is Barbara Fontana, now 34 years old. They won the first ever Alero tournament last year in Huntington Beach. She's earned almost $450,000 in her career. A player that's always in the money. Besides her 15 wins, she has 24 seconds, 19 thirds, and 18 fourths, Heather.
Yeah, Barbara is one of those players, regardless of her partner, she always is a competitor, always competing for a top 5 finish.
Fontana whacking, and they'll start with Misty May. She doesn't get a lot of serves. Pretty good pickup. Fontana goes and gets it. Fontana off speed, poking, and that is going to be a point. Boy, the wind is coming so hard. You can really dice and slice some shots if you're on the south side of the beach.
Well, it's just wreaking havoc. Certainly a huge good side, bad side advantage right now. Barbara and Lisa on the good side. Important for Holly and Misty, I think, to just get 1 or 2 points on the bad side, and I think they'd be content.
So Arce Fontana score their first point.
Now, traditionally, we see most teams have been serving Holly Mcpeak about 90% of the balls because May has got such instant, explosive offense. And when you talk about serving Lisa and Barbara, I bet 90% of the balls go to Barbara Fontana, the smaller defensive players.
Wind really howling now, and Mcpeak shanks one out of bounds. Good side, bad side. How many do you need to get on the good side now? 4, 5, 6?
Well, sure. I mean, it's certainly not out of question to get 5 on the good side. And like I mentioned, for Holly and Misty, they'll be content with 1 or 2. That's how you have to play, and that has to be the mindset when the wind is this howling.
2-1 is our score. Fontana set to serve again. Hitting it hard. She's got to hit it as hard as she can just to get it over. And Mcpeak puts it away. So Holly Mcpeak gets the kill, a successful spike side out.
And if you're a Holly and Misty fan, don't be alarmed. This is a team that can come from behind. In fact, a week ago against the #1 team in the world, Sheldon Adriana of Brazil, down 4-0, down 5-1, came back to capture the gold.
So here is Misty May. Started with the USA indoor team, then decided her heart really wasn't in it. She wanted to get back on the beach, hooking up with Holly Mcpeak. And Fontana with a little poundage, whacking the ball. Fontana's only 5'6", but jumps well and moves great.
Well, she's such a veteran of the game. She really is a consistent player. She's been playing so long, you very rarely see her make mental mistakes.
Lisa Arce set to go. Jumper coming. Got to take advantage on the good side. Mcpeak scooping up. May tapping. Chance for a point right here. Arce with the wind in her face. Arce pokes. Blocked. Arce turning. Mcpeak is there. May rejected. May again. Tap Fontana, and I don't think Arce will get that one. May and Mcpeak scramble and get the ball back.
Some great hustle by Holly Mcpeak, who was in the sand and still able to cover her partner. Hard to believe that this team has been playing with each other for less than 9 months. With the chemistry that you see, there's the great pickup by Mcpeak, allowing her partner to get into offensive rhythm.
Mcpeak and May set to serve, trailing 2-1.
Mcpeak staying with the floater on the bad side.
And going on 2 is Arce. Pickup, chance for a point. Holly on the run. Arce, can she hit on the left? Yes, she can, but Mcpeak digs it. And the put away there, Arce up high. If they're going to win this match, Arce has to dominate at the net.
Certainly so. She has to block and hit efficiently, especially against the block of Misty May. But, you know, it's going to be interesting in this wind because it's so hard to have good ball control in this wind. The question is, can Misty May play in this wind? She's the rookie. The other 3 have the experience.
Now the 3rd-ranked American team. And Fontana whacks it out of bounds. Check that, I should say Arce Fontana, the 4th-ranked American team. You might be wondering where Liz Masakayan and Elaine Youngs are this week. They chose not to play. They're resting this week in preparation for the final push towards the Olympics.
And I think that's a great move. They all traveled on Tuesday to Berlin, and when you look at a team like Misty and Holly, they have been on the go nonstop because they're having to go through the qualifiers in the international tournament. So they're starting play on Wednesday, travel on Tuesday. They have no time off.
Fontana over the top, ball dug. May on the right side, little jump over the net. Here comes Arce, and Arce puts it away. And when Heather says Berlin, she's not talking about Berlin, California. We're talking about Berlin, Germany. It's a long trip, a lot of travel.
It's the real deal, exactly. They don't have any time to practice. It's all about travel and competition for Misty and Holly for the next 4 or 5 months.
5 international tournaments remaining. Arce and Fontana just about out of it in terms of Olympic qualification. I think they know that now.
Yeah, we talked to them right before the match, and they said, we know that because we didn't do well in Chicago, we really wrote ourselves out of an opportunity to finish in the top 2, but they can't let them change their focus on this BVA tour.
Good opportunity here, and Mcpeak up high to put the ball away. May and Mcpeak have been playing very well recently. The last 3 tournaments, they got a 2nd in Canada, a 2nd in Switzerland, then beat Brazil, the #1 team in the world, in Chicago. Double points, double money. They split $32,000. And so May Mcpeak closing in now on an Olympic berth. Fontana on the right, cut shot. Mcpeak there easily. May going over on 2. Arce. May another dig. May off speed, chipping into the corner.
And relentless defense. And you can see really the coach, Holly Mcpeak, still giving words of encouragement, strategy changes to Misty May. Holly's really the driving force behind this team. She does the workout schedule. She figures out what bathing suits they're going to wear. I mean, she really, from A to Z, drives this team.
Mcpeak has been there, a 1996 Olympian, and she served the ace. Misty May, Holly Mcpeak leading Lisa Arce and Barbara Fontana 3-2. May and Mcpeak now on the good side. Wind definitely a factor today, blowing at about 20 miles an hour. Howling, roaring, bristling, bustling. Coming hard.
I don't even think those flags do it justice. It is absolutely swirling on the main court. There isn't a whole lot of protection down here. A lot of times in the main court with huge grandstands, you're shielded from the wind, but this is a wide open arena.
One of the windiest beaches on the California coast. As Arce is into the net, May and Mcpeak get the side out. The only beach I can think of that has been used historically for beach volleyball that's worse than this, or at least windier than this, is Ventura. I remember one time I was going to a tournament in Ventura, and like a 50-foot flag plus pole went right over the freeway. It was about nearly a 75.
Like Dorothy in
it
Kansas?
was needless to say, that tournament was canceled. Thank goodness. So May and Mcpeak have the ball. Misty May, good serve, shank pass. Going to get it. Arce cuts, it's out of bounds, point.
Boy, this is tough. I mean, if you're a beach volleyball fan and you watch a lot of it, you can tell the drastic difference in ball control and the skill set when you're in the wind changes everything about the way you play. Misty May taking advantage of the good side and the wind and forcing Barbara and Lisa into just horrible ball control, doing everything they can to just get to the ball to get some touches. Incredibly gifted players that are just struggling because of the wind.
Here is Misty May, born in Santa Monica, California, now living in Costa Mesa. Big block. Holly Mcpeak blocks Barbara Fontana. That makes it 5-2.
And you know what? That is the one skill that really fires up Holly Mcpeak. She says, because I'm one of the smaller players, everybody assumes they can hit right over me. And because of that, I get a lot more blocks than people think I do because I get up and over. I've got good form, and I can get out of the sand. And she can. There she's going to block line on Barbara.
Fontana tapping down the line.
Yeah, I think the biggest focus for them has been intensity and mental consistency, really cutting down on the unforced errors.
Her team down 5-2. After a 2-1 lead, Arce Fontana giving up 4 in a row. Nearly a double contact. Fontana has it, looking for a point, looking for 3. Fontana whacks it and gets it. So Fontana, Arce score a much-needed point on the bad side. Mentally, that's a 2-pointer.
Very important for them to pick up their level of play on the good side, because if they don't, this game will get away from them by the time they have a side switch.
5-3 is the score. 5 kills for Barbara Fontana. She's getting a lot of work. Arce floater, and it's out of bounds.
Boy, and you just can't miss the floater. I realize they're on the bad side. Lisa has the wind at her back, but she has to focus on keeping that ball in play. If you're not going with the jumper, you have to keep the float in.
So May is at the net. Mcpeak serving.
And look, she's switching to the jumper. Used the float on the good side for a while, now going to the jumper.
Here comes Arce. And Arce pounds it down the middle. Interestingly, Arce and Mcpeak, longtime partners, high school friends. They grew up and went to college together, won 11 tournaments, and then split up. And then Arce hiring Barbara Fontana.
Yeah, the two of them have been together for about 2 years. Said they took the first year to really focus on learning each other's game. This year, the focus has been on mental toughness and consistency.
And that serve is out of bounds. So Misty May will have the serve. Misty May's mother, Barbara, has been fighting cancer. It's a well-known story if you follow beach volleyball. Barbara here today, along with her husband Butch, the 1968 Olympian, supporting their daughter. Barbara very interested last week in Chicago as that ball's tapped up. Here comes Misty, and Misty putting it away. Last week in Chicago, Misty May getting calls in the players' tent. What's going on out there?
Yeah, about
she was
every
calling
5
the media.
or 6 minutes, she'd call the media tent. Okay, what's the score now? So hard to be away. I mean, and as involved as those parents are, there's a good look at Barbara on the cell phone as we speak. Some things never change. Very accomplished tennis player, Barbara is. In fact, over 150 tennis titles during her day.
Here's Fontana, and Fontana whacks it. Barbara May, just getting back to Barbara, undergoing chemotherapy. She's not allowed to travel to international tournaments, and you see the headband she's got on. Her husband, Butch, actually shaved his head in solidarity with Barbara. And all that weighing on the mind of Misty May, which makes her run to the Olympic berth even more astounding, that she's able to concentrate.
Yeah, just an amazing summer. Huge life changes for Misty May and her entire family. And the ability to focus and have the mental concentration to go out and compete every weekend is beyond me.
So Mcpeak serving, her team up 6-3. And Fontana rolling over the top. That's a good shot. It's not really a spike. It's just kind of an overspin lob.
And that time Mcpeak got duped by the wind. She thought because the wind is at their backs, it would travel that ball long, but instead dropped it about a good foot inside the end line. That's a frustrating call for Holly Mcpeak.
Sand is hot. A lot of players wearing booties today.
Yeah, those booties are great. They're made of neoprene, a lot like a wetsuit, so the sand doesn't get in them. You know, in the old days, back when you were playing, when they had covered wagons and such, you had to wear socks.
Absolutely. I wore socks. And
loaded
you'd have
down with sand.
You know, it's funny. When two teams would wear socks, you'd have to call like a sand timeout, and 4 players would sit down at once and take off their socks and empty them out. Not anymore. High-tech volleyball here in Seal Beach. Misty May serving, her team up 6-3. Arce whacks it hard, and not even Mcpeak can get that one.
And that's exactly what Arce and Fontana have to use, is capitalize on their strengths. So have Barbara run down every ball. She defensively is a dynamo back there, and have Lisa Arce score points with her jump serve and at the net with her attack.
Arce Fontana struggling with the serve. They've made 4 service errors so far today. May and Mcpeak, none. That's a pretty good one. May on the run and cuffing it out of bounds. May Mcpeak leading Arce Fontana 6-4. Lisa Arce with the serve. They're on the good side now. They need to make some points happen. Off speed, Fontana got it up. Pretty good set. Fontana whacks it. Mcpeak goes and gets it. Holly on the net, and she puts it away right on top of the line.
Misty May, talking before this match, said, I have got to focus on getting good sets to my partner. Because Mcpeak gets served the majority of the time, you can see May is very methodical and deliberate about how she's setting, trying to get her feet underneath it. Because, you know, we've talked about this, Chris. We think the biggest thing that Misty needs to work on is her setting, and you can tell she knows it as well. She's working very hard to get the good set up to Mcpeak.
Misty May, a natural right-sider, playing on the left to accommodate Holly Mcpeak, and it's a little different setting motion than she had when she was at Long Beach State. So here's Fontana, and Mcpeak is on the left. Bad bump there, off speed. Here comes Arce. She should put this one away, gets a good set. Oh, and she hits it right into the bottom of the net. I don't know if she stumbled or just mishit it.
Well, you know, with those sets, if they're high off the net, they've got so much time to be blown and swirled around by the wind that it's very hard to keep track. This set is high. It's blowing around, and Lisa just misjudges it and has to take a step away at the last minute and forces the air.
Got to get in quickly, because once you start to swing, the ball is moving already. So May Mcpeak get a point to make it 7-4, and they're back on Fontana. Fontana into the net. 2
consecutive unforced hitting errors. That is crucial, because this team wins matches because of their consistency.
And a timeout taken by Arce Fontana.
I think they need to focus on getting underneath the ball, getting to the ball quickly, and not letting the sand be a factor. I think right now, check that, the wind. I think the wind is getting into their heads a little bit.
8-4 is our score here in Seal Beach. The wind is up, and it is causing some problems for the players in terms of ball control, but hey, if you're out there, you have to deal with it. Holly Mcpeak to serve. And she'll serve her former teammate, Lisa Arce. Joust coming at the net, and it's jammed straight down by Misty May, a very underrated blocker.
And the wind is being deceptive, because right now it's in the face of Fontana, so she thinks that she needs to push it up to the net, but pushes it a little bit too much, and it goes right up and over, and Lisa Arce comes down hard on her ankle, slow to get up and out of the sand after that play.
Who's complaining that there was contact. It didn't appear to be any contact. The ball was just set over the net and jammed down. So May Mcpeak now with a huge lead, 9-4, and they're doing all the damage when they're on the bad side. That's what's amazing.
Believe.
Can't make errors on the good side. Here comes Fontana. She's mad. Mcpeak digs her. And that's set back off the net. Misty May not getting under at that time. On the run, May on the right side. How good a hitter on the right is she? Yes, very, very good as she detonates.
And this is a new wrinkle out of the playbook between Holly and Misty. We've seen Misty on the right and a couple of transition plays. I like the move. Makes it tough for the block to guess where she is. Here she drop blocks, stays on the right to attack. That is her natural side. Very comfortable over there.
4 straight points on the bad side for Misty May and Holly Mcpeak. Bad side is wind at your back, sun in your face. Good side, wind in your face, sun at your back. And that serve is out of bounds. So the ball back to Arce Fontana. What do Arce and Fontana have to do now? They pick up their serving or just try to get one and go over?
Well, a couple of things.
Okay.
Limit the unforced errors, especially at the net hitting. I think they need to serve a little bit tougher and lower their sets. Put themselves in a position to get to the ball a little bit quicker.
Good point. The set is back. May having a little trouble setting in the wind also. lobbing it up to the net. May's got a freebie. Arce pokes it up. Nice play. Arce can't get there. Wow, the wind just blew it 4 feet out of her reach. And
she was up in the air, and by the time she was in the air, the wind took it away from her. I mean, this is just extremely difficult conditions to play in. I know it's very frustrating for Barbara and Lisa.
If you have good ball control, you like windy conditions.
Which Holly and Misty are probably the better ball control team of the two.
Absolutely. Here comes Fontana, and she shoots on the line. Barbara Fontana getting the kill. The coach for Arce Fontana is Anna Collier. The coach for May and Mcpeak is Gene Selznick. Most teams have coaches these days.
Lisa Arce also works with her brother Rick Arce 2 days a week. Credits him for a lot of her success on the beach.
Arce, a former AVP player. Good set by Mcpeak. Now there's a difference in the setting between May and Mcpeak. Now Mcpeak really got around that ball and set where she was facing. One thing Misty does not do is face where she's setting. Sometimes she'll launch sideways, and it causes an errant set.
Well, you know, we've talked about the position change for Misty going from right to left, and you think about it, if you're doing 1,000 reps a day for 4 years on the right side, changing to the left is pretty dramatic.
Was that ball blocked? Apparently, yes. Arce spins it up, and Fontana is into the net. The third hitting error in a row on the good side. Arce Fontana just having trouble getting the ball over the net in this howling wind.
This is a good set by Arce, but it is a little bit high, so it doesn't give Barbara time to get there quickly. She's got to hang and wait for it and wait for the wind to take it. She's trying to go for the roll and the cut shot. She sees that both blockers are off the net, but just can't get the job done.
It's nice to see her really battling now.
Just an amazing family. They've all taught us a lot.
All right, here we go. Question now, can Lisa Arce and Barbara Fontana get their act together? They've kind of self-destructed.
Well, the good news is that they've moved to the bad side. That's been the good side. It just hasn't made any sense, but both teams have scored the majority of their points on the side that Barbara and Lisa are on right now, so we'll see if they can capitalize with a tough serve.
That was some amazing playing by May Mcpeak. They went over 6-4. They got 5 in a row on the bad side, which is unheard of.
And serves have continued to plague this team of Barbara and Lisa. 5 service errors now. Holly and Misty just 1. That is a huge difference.
So here is Misty May, the best young player to step onto the beach since who, Heather?
Chris
the best young women's player. That ball put away. Can you think of anybody that's come up with Misty May kind of talent?
Sort of took the tour by storm when she came onto the beach, and she continues to impress. But I think people have been anticipating Misty's debut on the beach, and I think she hasn't disappointed. I mean, she's been probably the quickest one to rise to the top in a long time.
Lisa Arce to serve. Her team in big trouble, trailing 11-4. May gets a back set. And May over the top. She makes it look so easy. And, of course, she doesn't get served very much, so when she gets one, she's fresh.
And they are taking advantage of every opportunity they can push May to the right side of the court. I think that's about the 3rd kill we've seen from Misty on her natural right side.
Here's Mcpeak serving into the wind. On the run is Arce. Mcpeak digs her. Up at the net, May tapping point.
Boy, Holly and Misty are just starting to make it look easy. They are steamrolling, and they're putting the pressure on. That's been their strategy all season long. Don't wait for our opponent to make the mistake. We have to be the aggressive ones and put the pressure on, and that's exactly what they do in this play. Great defense right to the top of the net. I mean, you can't ask for a better set than that.
Mcpeak has served 8 of the 12 points. And now Arce, I don't know if she hurt herself or she stumbled a little bit earlier, and they're going to bring the doctor out. The doctor is going to come out. We've got a medical timeout. We're going to break away, and we're going to come back. Seal Beach, the score is 12-4. Lisa Arce is hurt. We'll update you on her condition when we return. We're back at the Paul Mitchell BVA Seal Beach Open. 12-4 is our score. Arce Fontana trailing, and Arce is going to give it a go. She hurt her shoulder on some kind of a dive play, Heather, and they've worked on it for the last couple of minutes, and she appears to be okay. but expect a serve right now.
Yeah, very disappointing. That's a huge weekend for her, playing close to home in front of friends and family, and actually celebrated a birthday yesterday. So certainly hoping that she can get back into action here.
Arce first swing, chops it down the line. Good dig. No, could not be retrieved. So Lisa Arce, this might be good for them. They might have to serve Arce a little to see if her shoulder holds up, take a little pressure off Barbara Fontana.
But she's going to be more methodical with that swing, more careful that she doesn't do anything funky to injure it more.
Arce Fontana have been outscored 6-0 in this run. May is off the net, and a nice dig by Fontana. Chance for a point right here, looking for 5. Tapping, no. Boy, the 4th hitting error of the variety of into the bottom of the net.
Fontana going for the shot after some great defense. Normally a superb transition player, able to convert defense to offense.
And now Misty May will serve. Here comes Fontana. Down the line, Holly Mcpeak. If there's a oh, and she missed it.
Wow.
I think she touched it, I guess. No, she did touch it.
Oh, I
Verna
didn't think I
Klubniken
saw
is saying
touch.
she touched it on the first attempt.
Boy, that was a huge play.
Mcpeak is saying she didn't touch it, but it kind of looked like she got her knuckle on it.
Ooh, replay, nice. I like that call because I don't think there was a touch, and that was an incredibly athletic save by Holly.
So May Mcpeak get the ball back. They'll serve again. And here is Misty May. Played for Brian Gemilaro at Long Beach State. And Mcpeak going to stay at the net. Off speed. May has it. May puts it away. Misty May makes it 13-4.
Misty is on fire. She's playing the best we've ever seen her. After winning Chicago, she just continues to get better, and she's healthy. I think her knee feeling a lot better now than it was early.
Shank pass. Chance for a point here. Mcpeak on the left. Arce over the top and out of bounds. Point. This is the 4th. We're halfway through the season. Misty May set to put the ball in play. She has been brilliant. It's been a big run for her team. The wind has played havoc, but May and Mcpeak have dealt with it as Arce pumps the ball down. If you just joined us, it was a ball game at 6-4, but then May and Mcpeak going to the bad side. You'd think they would lose some points. They went over there and scored 5 in a row. It was 11-4, and that's all she wrote. So Arce and Fontana, it looks like, barring a miracle comeback, will finish second. Good finish for them. As Holly Mcpeak, and I think that is the pass as that ball is dug. Fontana goes and gets it. Nice play. That's the kind of pass that Misty May needs. Nice high floater. Here's May on the right, and she puts it away.
And
so
again, utilizing the right. Boy, they've done a nice job moving May around. 10 kills now for Misty. I'd say about half of them coming from the right antenna.
Second championship point. Holly Mcpeak to serve it at 14-4. It's been a wipeout here in the final. They'll try Fontana. She's off the net, and she whacks it out of bounds, and that is going to do it. The first BVA Tour win for Misty May and Holly Mcpeak. Impressive, Heather Cox, at 15-4.
Well, Misty and Holly are a team that just continue to get better and better every single weekend by leaps and bounds. Hard to believe that this was their 6th final appearance in their last 7 tournaments. They're playing with consistency and have proved that they are one of the top teams on the beach in the world right now.